tangled treatment of the sleep apnea condition in drivers' medical certifications could get more, or less, confusing after an update to the handbook for medical examiners, those who perform DOT physicals. The latest draft handbook for those certified examiners no longer contains proposed details on screening and treating sleep apnea that were part of a prior draft. The withdrawal of those detailed recommendations alarmed some members of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration's Medical Review Board at a recent meeting. They argue for clear guidance on screening, testing, and treatment. However, years ago, Congress mandated notice and public comment rulemaking to establish the agency's approach to the condition, if any further guidance was to be pursued. Since then, FMCSA has been cautious about issuing any recommendation that might appear to be official. It's at best unclear what the kid gloves treatment of sleep apnea in the draft handbook might result in for drivers, if, that is, the changes are even adopted. Next steps are for draft revisions to go out for public comment themselves later in the year. The FMCSA also announced it's extending COVID-19 related waivers through August 31st. Waivers for hours of service, the CDL, commercial learner's permit, and medical card validity issued in February were set to expire May 31st. The hours extension includes the same regulatory relief for carriers and drivers providing direct assistance in support of COVID-19 relief efforts. FMCSA did say it plans to review the status of emergency regulatory relief measures on July 1st and may modify or end the waivers. An issue that could cause a fuel leak has prompted Navistar to recall almost 1,800 international trucks. The recall affects model year 2018 and 2019 International Durastar and Workstar models, and 2019 to 2021 International HV and MV models. Owners can contact Navistar customer service with NHTSA's recall number 21 Victor 366. Starting today, the Trucks with Room to Spare nonprofit is hosting what organizers say is its first ever Miles That Matter Truckathon, aimed at raising money for the group in a way that directly involves not only a donor base, but also the contributing truckers who underlay the organization's mission. That mission, to marshal extra trailer capacity to deliver relief loads to disaster areas when needed, has been in place since the organization's founding in 2018. Inspired by old-school bike-a-thons, participating truckers in this recent effort collected sponsors who agreed to donate a certain amount on a per-mile or lump sum basis, as the drivers then go about their routine week's worth of miles. Organizers hoped it would be a way for truckers to contribute to the nonprofit's efforts to handle fuel and other costs when it's able to arrange relief loads by simply doing what they do, running miles. At the end of the week, sponsors' pledges made on a per-mile basis are calculated and can be collected, depending on how many miles each participating trucker did run in the week. Group founder Shelley Conaway, a working driver herself, said if this first year's event proves out, it won't take much encouragement to turn it into an annual affair. It's a holiday weekend, so get ready for increases in traffic and possibly cargo theft today through Memorial Day. AAA Travel expects an almost 52% increase in four-wheeler travel compared to last year during the depths of those early pandemic weeks. Theft recording firm CargoNet, meanwhile, cites a significant threat to freight transportation. California, Florida, and Texas are the most active theft hotspots. Food and beverage freight, especially alcoholic beverages, are the most commonly stolen. What can fleets and truckers do to minimize theft risk? Arrange same-day delivery whenever possible, embed covert tracking devices in the cargo, use those high-security trailer locks, and adhere to red zone rules of thumb, such as to avoid stopping within 250 miles of your loading point. A bill that would require speed limiter use by all truckers with rigs dating to model year 1992 was reintroduced in the U.S. House of Representatives. The Cullum-Owings Large Truck Safe Operating Speed Act would require new commercial motor vehicles and older trucks to be set at 65 miles per hour, or at 70 if certain safety technologies are in use, like adaptive cruise control and automatic emergency braking. The bill is virtually identical to an unsuccessful one introduced in 2019. The majority of Overdrive readers opposed it. The North Carolina DOT is partnering with the parent company of way station bypassing system DriveWise to provide in-cab road condition alerts, such as stop traffic or major slowdowns. The pilot program will cover all 182 miles of Interstate 95 and the rural portions of Interstate 40 outside the Triangle, the Triad, and Asheville. These messages will complement other notifications subscribed trucks already received through DriveWise. Country music group Lone Star will headline artists performing at the 42nd Walcott Truckers Jamboree. The July 8-10 celebration will be at the Iowa 80 truck stop in Walcott, Iowa. 4 other acts will perform at the show, which returns in person after being held virtually last year. Jamboree attendees can also catch the heavy eye candy in the Super Truck Beauty Contest and antique truck displays, among many other activities. Admission and parking for all events are free.